Hey, what's up everybody? It's Gabe at LifeMission Kids, and I'm on my bike getting ready because I don't know about you, but we're getting ready to go back to school. And I know that sometimes maybe, how many of you ride the bus, or maybe you ride your bike to school, or you walk to school, or maybe you go with your mom or dad or grandma. Sometimes you carpool. I used to always go to school with my buddy Dan, and Dan and his sisters would ride with us. And we would go, and then his parents would pick you up. You know how that works? Like maybe you go with them friends and that. But anyway, you'd be going to school. So I'm curious, how many ways do you guys go to school? Like, do you ride your bike? Do you do different, carpools and what other things like that? And also, I gotta say, special shout out, what am I doing? I gotta say hello to Kansas City, Kansas. What's going on, guys? And Ottawa, and of course, Olathe, and of course, all you watching online. Man, we got people watching at home. We got people all over the place. So as you get ready for school, as things are going on, man, tell me what way you like to go to school. I think I'm gonna go this way on the bike. See ya. Okay, so there's lots of different ways that everybody gets to school, right? Like maybe you ride the bus or your bike or you carpool, or some of you homeschool, and then like maybe you go into your living room or your basement and you got a spot picked out there at the house that you have school. But I want to tell you about me because I've got, look at this. I got my brand new backpack. How many of you got a backpack? Some of you maybe you got a new backpack, or you're using one from last year. Like I had one that I've used forever, for years and years, and then it started to fall apart. Now, before I go any further, here's a question for you. Are you a backpack, like a one-arm person? Like, hey, I got my backpack. Or do you put it on with both arms and you're like, yeah, I got my backpack? I don't know. I'm just curious if you're a one-arm or a two-arm backpack person. I don't know. I kind of think it depends, but what? Okay, anyway, yeah, I better keep going. But what I want to tell you about it is my backpack, and I got a Star Wars one. How many of you have a backpack that's themed? Like I got Star Wars, or maybe you got like different colored ones or something, but I like this. But as I was thinking, and if you were with us last week, we talked about different school supplies, and we talked about making a sandwich, and yeah, I've had a couple people ask me about that sandwich, like did it taste good? No, it didn't taste good. It would have tasted good at the beginning, but remember I added that other stuff that I shouldn't have had in it, and when I added the stuff I shouldn't have had in it, well then that just changed the whole thing. So yeah, you definitely don't want to try that. But let me show you some stuff I got for lunch. How many of you at your school, you have to now have like a water container? So I got one of these water containers. I got Spider-Man. I thought this is cool because then I can just fill it up. And sometimes at some schools you can have that on your desk. So I got my Spider-Man water bottle. And then, how many of you got like different pencils and pens? So I've got Captain America. I got a Captain America one. And then I got my lunchbox. I'm so excited. I haven't even taken the tags off yet. I got a Super Mario lunchbox. And I don't know, I use Mario or Luigi, and and then I don't know, yeah, you got Princess and then different ones. Oh, okay. All right, but I got my lunchbox. How many of you use a lunchbox, or I always use a bag, but I want to show you something that I got in my lunchbox. But the reason I'm showing you all this stuff is that I got all this stuff ready for school. And some of you have already started school. Some of you maybe like to talk about or biking to school or carpooling to school or different stuff. But we have to have a lot of different things to go to school. And did you know that out of all the places, we've got people watching in Ottawa, in Kansas City, Kansas, Olathe, we got people watching online, that we have over 33, that was the last time we counted. We probably have close to 40 or more different schools that people go to that are a part of what we do here. We have people go to homeschool. We have people all the way in Ottawa. We have people all the way in Kansas City, Kansas. We have people in Lenexa, Shawnee. We have people from North Kansas City. We have people come from all over the place. And they all come all over the place to be a part of what we're doing here at the church. And the reason that I mention that is that as we have people from all over the place and we have different schools and different things going on, is that as we get ready for school and we get on our backpack and we get ready to go, well, how are you heading into school? How are you ready? And what are some of the things that you've gotten ready or you've gotten prepared? Now remember, don't make that sandwich like how I did last time. But what have you gotten prepared for you to be ready for school this year? So we can get prepared for school in lots of different ways. And I remember when I went to school, some of my favorite teachers is I had Mrs. Hayden in first grade. I had all kinds of different teachers. I had Mr. Sutcliffe as a teacher, Mr. Proach. I had Mr. Bordis. I had all of these different teachers that I still remember to this day. And they made such a good impact on my life. Now I still can talk about it. And see, the impact that they put on my life is that stuff that I've learned that I can now take with me, almost put it in this backpack. And even though I don't carry a backpack like this around with me, but I carry it around with me in here, in my head, my heart. I can remember things that have been said to me in place of in my heart. And that's something I want to talk to you about today. Is in 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 7. It's our memory verse that we've been talking about this month. And it says, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and love and a sound mind." Now, if you've been with us the past few weeks, you've learned that we talked a little bit about parts of that verse. But what I want you to know is this, is that as we go about and do things and we carry things with us, is that it's so important for us to remember and carry with us, not that spirit of fear, but of power and love and a sound mind. Let's go ahead and place those in the backpacks that we're going to be taking to school. Let's go ahead and put those in what we carry with us when we go everywhere. Because I know that just like those teachers that I mentioned, those people have put good things in my life that I can say years and years and years from now and can say right now. And if you look in the book of 2 Timothy and you look at the verses before that, it's actually talking about that. It's talking about Timothy, about actually his grandma and his mom and how they've spoken into him and how it might be a tough situation that he's going in and there might be people saying things against him or that tough things going on, but he needs to remember, hey, listen, no matter what's going on, you got to remember that God is not the one who's giving you that spirit of fear, but you have power and you have love and a sound mind. So I know it could be a challenge, especially going into school, is maybe we see things and we hear things and we're like, well, what do we do and what are they saying and how do I handle that and what am I going to take in there with me? Am I going to take that fear in my bag and go into school? Or am I going to take in there saying, you know what? I've got people who love me and care for me. I got a God who loves me. I've got the Holy Spirit who has filled me and has not given me a spirit of fear, but of power through him, through of love. Thank you. The most important, powerful thing of love is Jesus. And that through that, and me focusing and remaining connected to him, is a sound mind. So that when those things come across, because I don't know about you, when I was in school, I had people saying things and maybe they thought I couldn't do this or they'd say that. Have any of you ever had that? Well, I don't want to contain that. I don't want to carry that in my backpack. Instead, I want in my backpack, you know what? I've got God in here. I've got the Holy Spirit I'm trusting in. So I know that I don't have a spirit of fear in here, but I have power, love, and a sound mind. And I know where it comes from is only through God. So I challenge you as you think about getting into school, starting school, whether you already started this last week or you're going to be starting soon, is to remember about that love. Remember that how much that love comes from God. How much that love comes from his son Jesus, the greatest source of love. For remember in the Bible it says, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only son, that whosoever believes in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life." So when we think about what has God given us, whether we might be in a position where, yeah, maybe I don't know what to do or what's going on, But if we can remember that that fear is not from God, but he's given us power and love, and that love through Jesus is the most important one that we can have, and a sound mind. So what are you going to put in your backpack this year? What are you going to carry with you this year as you go into school? Are you going to carry in that fear? Are you going to have power and love and a sound mind? See you after class. Okay, so I hope you guys have had a great time here at Life Mission Kids, no matter if you're at Ottawa, Kansas City, Kansas, Olathe, whether you're watching online, wherever you're at. I'm still waiting for that invite if you want me, you know, if you're on the beach or go out in the mountains or something. We've got people all over the place. But I thought we'd have a little bit of fun. So I finished my lunch and I had a cookie left over. Have you ever played that game where you get the cookie and you gotta move it down into your mouth? So I want to see if I can do it. But before I do, you have to decide if I can do it or not. So if you think I can do it, I want you to raise your hand. If you don't think I can do it, then keep your hands down. But let's see if you are right or wrong. And let's see, we're gonna have to need a timer, so let's get a timer on the screen. Okay, so there we go. We got a timer. We're gonna see what happens if I can do it. Now remember, raise your hand if you think I can do it. Put your hands down if you don't. We got the timer going. It's been a while. Let's see if I can do it. Are you ready? All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Ooh. On time. I did it! How many of you thought that I could have done it? And who thought I didn't? Wow. I did it! I can't wait to tell Mom. Hold on. Hey, Mom. Yeah, I did the cookie thing. Yeah, I'll clean my room.